gonna bother you. I'm gonna just sit here until you calm down.
All right, I'm calming now. Would you please just go away?
No.
Great white. We gotta be a barracuda. Who knows?
It's not a shark.
Come on, pull it up.
It's not a shark.
Manchester by the Sea is directed by Kenneth Lonergan and stars Casey Affleck and Michelle Williams. To start this one off, this movie review will not have any spoilers whatsoever, because this movie has a lot of twists and turns. And none of those will be spoiled in this video because I'm not about ruining a movie when you just go see it yourself. Manchester by the Sea tells a story of a janitor who has a dark future and an even darker past. That janitor is played by Casey Affleck. If you do not like dramas, if you do not like 2.5 hour long just dialogue, then you will not like Manchester by the Sea. But luckily, I love those movies. I'm one of those people that just enjoy sitting down and watching a good long movie. And Manchester by the Sea is just that. Same with La La Land. I've had a ton of people tell me that it's boring, they didn't like the ending, it was too sad, it was too happy. I don't see how any of that matters because maybe it's just not your thing. In my opinion, Manchester by the Sea is one of the best movies I've seen all year. And if I would have seen this when I made my top 10 best movies 2016, probably would have put it at like number 5. Not as good as Arrival, not as good as La La Land, not as good as Moonlight, and not as good as 10 Cloverfield Lane, but it's really close because of its just purely human plotting. Watching this movie, you leave just feeling depressed. This is not like a La La Land, stand up and cheer happy movie. This is a sad and gritty tale of a janitor and how in the beginning, you don't know his life, and then in the end, you know a little too much. And this movie goes back and forth in timelines. It's a bit confusing for just regular viewers, but if you're really paying attention, you will understand that these people are together, these people are alive, and you will understand everything if you just pay attention. That is the main factor in this show, is that you have to pay attention or else you won't understand anything. Michelle Williams plays his ex-wife and his wife. And she is absolutely stunning. She doesn't necessarily have the biggest part in the movie, but in the end, her and Casey Affleck run into each other and just have this really in-depth conversation, and it is one of the best performances I've ever seen her in, and it's only like a minute long. She almost steals the show with just 1 minute. Obviously, Casey Affleck, the person who won Best Actor in a Drama at the Golden Globes, stole the show. Because his performance is just so real, you just don't see him as an actor, you see him as a person. And for many, he did have some sexual harassment charges put on him, but I didn't know that when I saw the movie, and if I watch it again, his performance would not get any less beautiful, so anything that's against him does not change the way he performed in this movie. And Lucas Hedges, he is a relatively newcomer in the business, and this is his first, big movie. This is his, star-making performance. Because throughout the entire movie, you're just waiting for him to just shine, and finally, throughout the entire third act, he just shines. He is hilarious. Him and Casey Affleck have great chemistry and great just drama between them, and it makes for a really good story. One of the most surprising elements of Manchester by the Sea is it's very funny. It mixes these really, really dark themes that bring a tear to your eye, and then suck those tears back up because it immediately switches to being a comedy, and a very heartfelt comedy at that. The entire theater was laughing because Lucas Hedges' character and Casey Affleck are just hilarious together because Lucas Hedges cares only about one thing a teenage boy cares about, and that is sex. Even the people who are small parts in this movie, there are 2 girlfriends and some people at a funeral, they're just all great. There's not one person I have an issue with, there is not one thing in this movie I have an issue with, except for its continuity. There are some times when they're doing an over-the-shoulder shot and they're talking, and then they stop, but their lips and their chin are still moving. And that takes you away from the really good drama that it had built, but once you kind of get past that, there is not much wrong with Manchester by the Sea. This movie will be showing at more theaters because guaranteed it's going to be nominated for Best Picture, and if not that, then Casey Affleck has to be nominated for Best Actor because he is stunning. I hope Michelle Williams gets some sort of recognition, and if by any chance Lucas Hedges may be supporting actor, that would be amazing. It's very slim chance, but if he does, no issue with that. My review for A Monster Calls will be up very soon, and I hope to be seeing Split this Friday, because M. Night Shyamalan hit it out of the park for me with The Visit, so I'm hoping to see another great one out of him.